we're here now, and this is the last day of the tour that we're doing. It's been a really fine tour, but we won't be playing for 4 or 5 months live, so tonight should be a really interesting night, in more ways than one. Yes, in more ways than one. I mean, I think directing is more important to me than acting. I have a film company with Ringo, and I will be making films. But I think anything where the media is an expansion of rock and roll. I mean, there's been a lot of talk about revolutions. The only revolution that's going to happen is that people like myself or Mick Jagger or Rod Stewart or whoever try to get into other fields, be it television, be it movies. Then we will get a revolution. If it's left to other people, there'll be no revolution.
Indeed. I made it.
I'm making a silent film at the moment, where I'm working on it with Ringo, which will incorporate probably myself, Michael Finn, and Harry Nilsson. But it's going to be a silent film done in sepia with music backdrop, very surreal sort of film, but very sensual.
Some kind of underground?
Not underground, no, very overground. Raunchy, it's called. Rock and roll is magic. I mean, the elements are magic. What is magic is the power of the human being to relate to another human being. Two human beings contact each other. The electricity creates a bondship, and that can move tables or minds or people's hearts. When you fall in love, that's magic. Melodies without words are very Moon in June. They're very old-fashioned. Whereas a song with really good words and no melody is boring. So if you put the two together, you get what Bob Dylan started with, something like I Want You. Certainly, there's been a change in England in 2 years, and we are part of the change. I mean, guys now can wear makeup, they can shout and scream, and they can and say that they. I mean, I can now go on television on a news program. I don't know even what this is for, but in England I can go on a news program, right, and say my mind, because I'm now a famous person. But 2 years ago I couldn't have done, and I can even swear a little bit or show my legs or something. You know, which I couldn't have done before.
I know.
But every 5 years something like this happens. 5 years ago it was the Beatles. This last 5 years it's been T.rex. 5 years time it'll be. We play for the kids that never saw the Beatles, never saw Jimi Hendrix. They're seeing us as those sort of people, you know, because they never saw, they weren't around it. The average age of the audience is 15, 16, you know. But the world has changed in 10 years, you know. People like me are being interviewed, which wouldn't have happened 10 years ago. Because 10 years ago the pop stars couldn't even talk, most of them.
Thanks, man.
Alle Nederlandse gezinnen. De volkstelling werd gehouden. Ondanks nogal wat tegenstand konden de rijkstellers rustig ons doofstil lichten. 1971, het jaar van T.rex en Get It On.